welcome to the first Ask Vishwas live show. It's been a phenomenal journey. This is going to be the fourth episode for Ask Vishwas, and with each episode I think we are going further and further, reaching a lot more people out there. And what started like something of an experiment. A few months back I started answering a lot of questions from people on LinkedIn, to be honest, and then Facebook and Twitter and Quora, and I realized that especially in India people have extremely basic questions, and most of the people are trying to upgrade themselves, skill themselves in the right way to become productive in the system. And there is a huge gap in terms of where we are in the industry and what the education system is trying to prepare us for. We have a lot of dogmas, a lot of baggage in the society that has been withholding us back, and much more. So when I looked at answering questions, I wanted to be extremely practical, extremely brutal, with honesty, and absolutely no political rhetoric out there, so that it starts making sense for people to implement in their lives. I didn't want to sugarcoat things. I wanted to say it as is. And when I started doing that, I saw that a lot of people are connecting with me. Some are really unhappy with me, which is part and parcel of it. So, when I look back, I kind of summarize it with one story. So I'll just give a quick story. So on the internet, if you search about this story, it also says that some scientists have done research on it. There are some experiments on this and all. Whatever said and done, it applies beautifully to today's system. So what a bunch of scientists did was they took 5 monkeys, the rhesus monkeys. Maybe some of you guys have already heard this story. And they put it in a cage. And then they put a bunch of very ripe bananas in the middle of the cage. And these monkeys, they tried everything to reach that bunch of bananas, but they could not do it. No matter what they tried, they could not get the bananas. Next, what the scientists did was, they introduced a ladder. The ladder was, it's so easy for them to get up there and grab this banana. So what these monkeys did was they jumped. You know how monkeys are. They just jumped and then they tried to take these bananas. So they took the bananas, and then immediately after that, the scientists, what they did was they sprayed cold water on all the monkeys. Cold water. So the monkeys were extremely upset, because cold water is something that is chilling and it's very bad. So that episode happened. The next time again they introduced the banana, the next day. Then again they went. Every time anybody tried to go and grab a banana, they sprayed water on them, and in the matter of like 2-3 days, or maybe a week, the monkeys realized that these people are punishing us. Every time anybody goes and touches the banana, there is a spray of cold water. So in some time what happened, any monkey that tried to go and grab it, all other monkeys used to beat that up, because they don't want to get punished because of that. So a kind of a rule was set that nobody is supposed to touch that banana. So scientists then what they did, they replaced one old monkey with a new monkey. That new monkey doesn't know anything. The first thing it did was it started climbing a ladder and going for it. And the other 4 monkeys, they beat that monkey black and blue. And it's like, why are you guys, beating it? That thing is like getting beaten for no reason. And it was very upset. Next day again it tried to go, again it got beaten up for no reason. So it started believing that there is a rule here that I cannot go and touch the banana. But it didn't know the cold water spray, because cold water spray was stopped long back. Okay, no cold water spray, but the new monkey thinks that it cannot go there, otherwise these people beat me. So the scientists again replaced one more old monkey with the new monkey. Same episode continued, because the new monkey wanted to go and take the banana. All the 3 old monkeys beat that guy up, And the one more newer monkey which has no clue about the water spray, even that monkey beat him up. So again the next third one was replaced, fourth one was replaced, fifth one was replaced. Now all the 5 monkeys are new monkeys, and none of them going and touching the banana, and none of them know about this cold water spray punishment. So what it showed was basically that people are following rules that people have set, our ancestors have set hundreds of years back. We are still following it without even questioning. People are not even questioning. So that is where the society is right now. So that is why in my show I wanted to look at disrupting these dogmas, these mental barriers that we have. That is what was the whole aspiration of me starting this whole show. Before I start, I just wanted to understand, what is your expectation from this show? Is there something like you all guys came, like, how it is in Bangalore, come all the way here. So anything particular you have in mind? What is that you are expecting from this show?
I'm Subramanian. So I'm 25 years of experience. I was working in the corporate, I had an on-site in South Africa, recently also. But recently I quit my job. Okay, now last 6 months I'm in touch with Mr. Subramanian for startup ideas and, but I'm in the confused state now. With my experience, whether I can continue currently I'm doing some consulting work as a business development and project management, program management. So I want to continue this as a consulting services for corporates. Actually, basically I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to start something. But this is just too late for me to start, or how this forum can help me and advise me, especially you, so to take this forward.
The one thing about entrepreneurship is that, you need to have an idea on what you want to get from entrepreneurship. That's very critical, because it's a kind of a roller coaster ride, and then you need to be prepared for a long haul. What I would do is, first of all, identify what is that drives you, right? So what is that particular skill that you have? Is it a service that you have that you're very passionate about, that you want to pursue? That is the first thing that you need to do. Number 2 is, I think you need to condition your mind to tell that, things are not going to happen very fast in entrepreneurship, right? So there may be times that, initially maybe like a few months or even a year, you don't see much revenue coming in. You need to be prepared in a practical way to support yourself and your family itself. The other thing you should do right now, if you're already in a corporate job, you may want to look at even moonlighting as a option, because I always recommend that, and I believe in having a very fair and open discussion with an employer, because I encourage, even if my employees want to do that you go and talk to these people, say that, okay, I have this idea, I want to pursue it, and you tell them that this is what I am doing right now. As long as it is not competing with your current employer, they're not going to have any problems with that. And you can actually experiment a little with that. So you can, even if it is a service, you can have your own digital presence, you can have some marketing spend there, you can get some customers, you can see how it feels like to be an entrepreneur, get some traction, and then you decide to quit. I would feel that is a right way of doing things. But there will come a point where you have to quit. You know how it is, that you cannot be sailing in 2 ships. You have to sail in just one ship, and then you have to quit at one point in time, right? So another analogy is basically, it's like you're basically going to climb your own Mount Everest. You need to define what is your Mount Everest, right? So what they tell about entrepreneurship is that if the question is, are you willing to start your journey from where people return from? If you can start the journey, validate your idea, and then you decide to quit, that's the right way of going for it.